Welcome into the Morning Roast, Tuesday, July 21st. Greg Hirsch, Tyler Krusz, Marqus Cesar behind the board. My God, 14 in a row. Can you believe it?
Yeah, that was an amazing game last night. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, dude, so much fun. I said to Marcus as soon as I came in, I was like, dude, I didn't miss a pitch yesterday. I didn't miss a pitch. I don't know. I don't know if I can remember a game where a regular season game like that in the middle of July where I was. It's been a long time.
Yeah, maybe last year with Cedon's home run, the walk-off.
Yeah, that game.
To win 10 in a row.
Yeah, maybe
that's
that
the one that I like to compare that to.
Yeah, for sure. It felt the same. Like, I was like, I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, I can't go to bed. I can't leave this thing. I can't switch this off.
It was such a good game.
It was awesome. It was awesome, and I never thought we'd be sitting here this year saying that about a Red Sox game.
Yeah, 2 games above 500.
Unbelievable, man. How you been, bro?
I've been well. It was a good weekend. We went down to a lake house in Brownfield, and on Saturday we did the Saco River. It was like the one kind of rainy-ish day of the weekend.
Yeah,
but
right.
it was still a lot of fun.
It was awesome.
Liquid blanket, and it was great. You know, we had a good time. It was nice being down on the lake, and it's just different, out on a lake, it's just different. Like at a lake house and stuff, the air's different. It's nice. It was awesome. I haven't done that since I was like a kid. It was great.
Nice. So you floated the Saco River?
Yeah, we floated for
I've
4
never done
hours.
that. I want to do that. That's a good time.
It was my first time doing it, and we went through some, I don't know, company place that like they took us there. They had the floats all blown up for us. They got us all set in the water.
That's
and
the way
then,
to do it.
Yeah, and then they picked up our drivers at the end of the water, and then we, got in the cars, and it was great. Yeah.
Nice. I went down to Fenway. I had my Nesson tickets finally kicked in, which, as much as I fought Nesson, them giving 4 free tickets to sign up for the year, kind of pays for it. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
It didn't a couple months ago.
No,
a couple months ago, you were looking at it, and you were like,
going.
these games are like, what, $10 a piece?
Right.
They should pay me to come watch this team.
Yeah, I was debating not going.
Yeah.
And it just obviously worked out, but I did it. We stayed in that fancy hotel, Raffles down there. Once again, got that for free through my company. And
that's perfect.
Like 5-star, came with a butler. I didn't know what to do with that.
Yeah, you're only there for a night.
Yeah, it really, guy was a nice guy and everything, and he hooked us up on reservations, for dinner after the game because we weren't sure what time we'd be back and that type of stuff. But I was kind of, afterwards, I said to Miranda, I said, geez, really nice hotel. Beautiful. I mean, it was beautiful. Everything was automated, the windows and everything. And of course, it had the granite bathroom.
Yeah.
Really cool. But I was saying to Miranda afterwards, I was like, I'm really glad I didn't actually pay for that hotel, though.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff you wouldn't you don't really need. Yeah.
No, I don't need. I like a nice hotel. Don't get me wrong.
I don't want bed bugs.
Yeah, exactly. I want a nice place to place my head and things.
I don't need a butler.
I definitely don't need a butler.
Yeah.
I definitely don't need a butler. It was a little stuffy. I'll be honest. It was a little stuffy. Restaurants were beautiful, awesome. But yeah. I'm better. I'm more of a Vegas guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marcus, how you holding up this morning?
That's a little pricey out there too.
It is. It's ridiculously pricey. It used to be, that was the thing, right? Go out there, you get your $5 buffet or whatever. Those are long gone. How you been?
I'm good. Yeah. I had mentioned it yesterday, but I watched the World Cup final. That was great.
It was a great game.
Caught the Red Sox game last night. I hear the Excalibur is great out in Vegas.
Yeah, for sure.
But never been.
Yeah. I tell you what, it took me a long time to get out to Vegas. Actually, it really wasn't even that long ago when I first went out. To be honest with you. Yeah. So definitely recommend it. But yeah, it is. You know what? You got to do your research and look at all the cool spots to eat and hang out off strip.
Yeah,
where do the locals go?
Exactly. I've got some buddies who are locals. So
boom,
exactly.
you're good. You're good.
It was the first season of No Reservations, and Bourdain went to Vegas and did exactly. It was like, what do the locals eat? I want to get off of this strip.
Right.
Yeah,
cool. Because it's all gimmicky. It's like, I ate at Gordon Ramsay's steakhouse. It's like, Gordon Ramsay's not cooking.
No, I want to smoke at a dive bar.
Right.
I want to sit at a dive bar and feel like I'm in the 1950s.
100%. Yeah.
don't even smoke.
Yeah, exactly. You would.
If I walked into a dive bar and they were smoking, I'd smoke.
I'm in.
I don't want to go to a place that has slot machines built into the counter.
Right.
I want to go to a real restaurant.
You get it, man. That's the way to go. But for sure. So, man, we got to talk some Red Sox. Holy crap. We're going to get into it. Got a great show for you. We are going to do, Tyler, you're going to get to experience one of the years this year, today rather. We are doing, Sully and I have been doing When Did We Peak? Starting in 1975. And each time Sully and I do a show, we do the next year. And we rank the years, give them points on sports and entertainment/culture points as well. And see at the end of it, when did we really peak?
This is going to be tough for me because I had 1991.
No, I know. This
was
is
not around for that.
That's totally okay. That's totally okay. We're going to boost you up on this one.
Okay.
We'll give you a little history lesson on this one.
All right.
So it's all good. All right. Let's get to it. Roast is presented by Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get Luke, get sold with the Next Home Experience. And Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor. Ellsworth, because nothing runs like a deer. All right, man. Those Red Sox, 51-48, 14 in a row. It was just unbelievable last night. They win 6-5, and it was back and forth. They refused to die. It all comes down to Caleb Durbin. He hits the game-winning dinger. Give me the third one there.
Like a warrior.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole team does. That's something that is absolutely contagious, is the attitude of this team when you see stuff like that, and they're just pumped. Yeah. Just jacked right up for their teammates.
Yeah, now. The attitude of this team now.
Yeah.
You know, and you got those two guys down in,
different.
Yeah, I call it the Villages because they didn't want him to party. They sent him with the old people.
Right,
like
exactly.
Fort Myers is kind of like but you know who's not there? Garrett Crochet, they show him in the dugout. Trevor Story, they show him in the dugout. You know, these guys are not distractions. They've been there before, you know?
Yeah. Interesting. Still battling back. Garrett Crochet's not even throwing yet. He's there.
Yeah, but these guys have to be like, nope, you're going to Fort Myers. You can't be here.
Exactly, because there's not enough room in the training room. Yeah. Yeah, Peyton Tolley, he was okay. I mean, he had the Ks, but where'd it go? There it is, 5 2/3, gave up 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 9 Ks. He got touched up a little bit. One thing that was concerning watching the game, they had mentioned it a couple of times, his velocity dropped quite a bit in that game.
During the game, because he started out, first pitch of the game was 98.
Yeah.
You know, and I liked early on, he had a couple of strikeouts on the curveball. Which is huge. He's not going to be effective if he can't use that as an out pitch. If your only out pitch is speed, they're just going to sit on it. But later in that game, when the velocity dropped off, when he's throwing 95. He's not that effective because he doesn't have a lot to mix it up.
Yeah.
You know, when you're throwing 98, you don't need a lot to mix it up. You need the curveball, you need something. But at 95, you can't really be successful as like a 2-3 pitch pitcher.
Yeah, and the Orioles just they couldn't touch actually his junk. They couldn't hit his junk, so they just waited for the fastball, and that's where they kind of teed off on him a little bit.
I think that's why. I think they were just like, all right, we're not going to hit the curveball, we're not going to hit the changeup, we're not going to hit the cutter. We're just going to sit dead red all game because he's only going to throw like 7 of those.
Yep, exactly. So, but whatever, he gets it done. 1 win away from tying 1946 15-game streak. Unbelievable. Tonight at 7:10 again against the Orioles. In the NBA, LeBron James seemingly looking for a team that could be his home for the last leg of his career. Last leg. Not last year.
Yeah.
So he's not committing that this is it, right? So
exactly.
Looking at the Cavs, 76ers, and Heat with no timetable on his decision. Does he end up at the Cavs? I know you said Golden State, but I
would have liked Golden State. I think I think he wants to go to Miami.
Yeah.
Or I think his wife wants to go to Miami. He wants to go to Cleveland, and his agent wants him to go to Philly.
There's your split right there. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, yeah, that would make sense. But admittedly, I mean, Miami, not the worst spot.
No.
Got Giannis now. I mean, they've already got a repertoire together.
You're probably guaranteed a play-in.
I love a play-in, baby. I can't get enough. More.
That's how we feel as Red Sox fans. You know, if this season goes, we'll make a wild card, you know? But, like, is that... Are we the Miami Heat now?
Yeah, I think honestly, we need to take a little bit of a pause, and we've just got to enjoy this little bit here. And
we got a show to do.
We got a show to do, of course. No, for sure. Yeah, I think there's good reason to take a little bit of a higher perspective and say, okay, We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. World Cup, FIFA's going to investigate. There was fighting after the final. Argentina's Leandro Paredes and Noel Molina were filmed hitting Spain's Eric Garcia and Rodri. Argentina's assistant coach, Robert Ayala, even got in on it and hit midfielder Dani Olmo. I missed this.
I didn't see it either.
It wasn't on the broadcast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
All
just
right.
did not. I saw the footage from just a spectator.
Okay.
And yeah, like they just kind of go up and start getting into it, and they just start hitting. Like you go back to when Argentina beat England.
Yep.
And like just a random bench player,
Yeah.
I think after a goal just runs out on the pitch, starts screaming and hollering. I don't think he saw a second actually on the field. He just starts screaming his head off. They kind of have a bit of a tendency to just bark.
Let me ask you, do these guys throw punches the way I envision them throwing punches?
Probably.
Like Dave Portnoy.
A little bit.
Like leading with the elbow. The fist is way behind the elbow. Like
I've heard them referred to as the Europe of South America. So I'll let your imagination do the lifting.
All right. Sounds good. All right. We got to get to 1991 here. Bangor Mall Cinemas, Greater Bangor's favorite hometown theater for over 40 years. Bangor Mall Cinemas features luxury recliners, upgraded food menu. Find showtimes and reserve your seat at yourneighborhoodtheater.com. Bangor Window Shade and Drapery offer custom blinds, shades, drapery, outdoor awnings. Bangor Window Shade, 105 Main Street in Bangor. All right, we're playing the sweet songs of Nirvana and other bands and artists that were big in 1991. Here we go. All right, Tyler, this is your first experience with it.
With the year things, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, in sports, 1991. Let's go back in time. Your New England Patriots, 6-10. Fourth in the AFC East, missed the playoffs, coming off a 1-win season. They win 3 more games. Head coach was Old Town's Dick McPherson.
Hey,
all right,
interesting.
Yeah, great guy, like beloved. Didn't have much to work with there. Did not have much. Hugh Millen was the starting quarterback. Total rebuilding period. This is just before Bill Parcells enters the picture. So we're getting there. We are starting to get there. The New England Patriots are getting there. Now, I will say, from this time frame, as a Boston guy, we did not even think about the New England Patriots. Didn't even think about them.
1 win, how could you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just like when you thought of your sports teams, I was Bruins guy first, then Sox, then Celtics, and then like the Patriots were our football team, but you didn't. You rooted for other teams. Like, you just didn't even consider them a viable NFL team. It's just weird how it just everything's flipped. Red Sox, 1991, 84-78. They were third in the AL East. They missed the playoffs. Roger Clemens still there. Mike Greenwell, Tom Bernansky, Jody Reed. They couldn't catch Toronto, but still, 84-78, decent, not good enough.
No, yeah, not good enough.
Not good
enough. Playoffs. Even they probably would have made the third wild card back then.
Yeah, no, exactly. This is a different world we're living in
Still
91.
isn't good enough.
No, right, not for the Boston Red Sox. Boston Celtics, though, 56-26. Won the first round of the playoffs, lost the Eastern Conference semis. Once again, eliminated by the Pistons. Still clinging to Bird, Mikhail Parrish. Reggie Lewis is emerging. This is about it for the Bird era Celtics.
Yeah.
Before that thing just basically ends. Your Bruins, they're hot. 44-24-12, advance to the Wales Conference Finals. They eventually lose to the Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins, led by Ray Bourque, Cam Neely, Andy Mogan, net. They were an elite team. They just couldn't find a way. They had Bourque, they had Neely, but they needed another guy. They just didn't have it back then to get over the hump and beat the true. Like, they lose to the Oilers in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah,
they lose to the Mario Lemieux led Penguins. Bruins were elite, but not the top 3.
Yeah. So who won that year? Like, who won the Super Bowl? I know 91. I think 91. I think.
Oh, we'll get to it.
I think Leitner and Hurley. So I know like Duke wins the national, but like who won all the other national tournaments?
We will get into Super Bowl here in a sec. Maine Black Bears football, they go 9-3. Won the Yankee Conference Championship consistently with the strongest FCS teams going in New England. Maine football, outstanding season in 91. Maine hockey, they Jim Montgomery, Jean-Yves Roy, Keith Carney, they are contending. They don't go to the Frozen Four that year, but they were back-to-back Frozen Fours prior to.
Is this not the arrival of Greg Hirsch on campus?
Next year.
Okay.
91, 92. You're close. You're close. I'm going recruiting trips though this year, right? Like, so I'm getting to go see these guys firsthand. They're firing on all cylinders. Like going up on a recruiting trip to Maine was like going to a recruiting basketball trip to Duke or something. It just was like, whoa, this is a whole different level. Academy Awards. Let's do top 20 box office movies in 91 so we know where we're at here. All right. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. So Sully would knock this thing right off. This is a 10 for Sully. It's his favorite movie. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner. Beauty and the Beast. Silence of the Lambs comes out. City Slickers with Billy Crystal was hot. Hook. Addams Family. Sleeping with the Enemy. Father of the Bride. Naked Gun 2.5, Fried Green Tomatoes, Cape Fear with De Niro, Oliver Stone's JFK, which was outstanding.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Addams Family.
Yeah, we're all over the board.
Is Hook the Peter Pan remake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Robin Williams.
Yeah. Hot Shots.
I've only seen a handful of those movies.
This isn't a great run.
Yeah.
This is not a great run. Top 10 television shows and Nielsen ratings. 60 Minutes, Roseanne, Home Improvement debuts, Murphy Brown, Cheers is still there, A Different World, Coach, Murder, She Wrote, Designing Women, and Northern Exposure. Really the last era before cable TV kind of fragments audiences. Top 10, top selling albums of, were you going to ask?
Boys in the Hood came out, 91.
Oh, that's not on here. All right.
It's a good song.
Yeah, no, and Boys in the Hood's a good movie, too. It's a good movie. Top selling albums in 91. Rope in the Wind, Garth Brooks. Dangerous, Michael Jackson. Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 are on the top. And Metallica's Black Album that reinvented Metallica that was all over the place. So huge for that. Music Landscape Changed Forever, also released in 91. Nirvana's Nevermind, Pearl Jam's 10, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, Black Album, as we said. U2 releases Octung Baby. That's another reinvention of a band right there. But grunge hits. So within months, this is a massive change. Hair metal disappears. Grunge becomes the soundtrack. MTV changes forever. Technology. Tim Berners-Lee publicly introduces the World Wide Web. Nobody notices. 35 years later, it changes everything. Minnesota Twins win one of baseball's greatest World Series in Game 7. Michael Jordan wins his first NBA championship, begins the Bulls dynasty, and your Washington Redskins knock off the Buffalo Bills because this is about the Four Falls of Buffalo time period right here. Main connections, it really... it's kind of a...
Seems like quiet New England.
Yeah, it's kind of it's not a great year. 91, it's like you got some stuff. If you love grunge, it was a great year for that. If you like the Bulls and, watching the Bills lose, that's always fun. But yeah. So that's kind of 1991 right there. Not a lot of stuff. Gulf War going on. Soviet Union has collapsed, Cold War's ushering in new political era. Really just kind of a transition year, 1991.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Clinton takes office, right?
Yes.
Or was that 94?
No, 94.
92?
Was it 92?
92 and then 93 he...
Yeah, the election definitely was my freshman year, 91, 92. So he took office in 93.
Took office in 93 then if election was 92. I was thinking election 90, took office 91.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. So that would have been that year. So, yeah. Yeah, a little trip down memory lane there, and we'll come back and we will rank it and give it some points. The Morning Roast is brought to you by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, the official sports grill of the Morning Roast, and the place to be, downtown Bangor, herosportsgrill.com. Available when ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. 2 sausage McMuffins with eggs, 2 hotcakes, 4 hash browns, 4 small hot coffees, all just for $19.99. This bundle deal is over 40% off and for a limited time. Order at your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street, Union Street in Bangor, Wilson Street in Brewer. Start your morning at Goslin's Bakery, 334 Holler Street in Bangor. Grab a breakfast sandwich on an English muffin or croissant, plus legendary donuts, pastries made since 1945. Or visit the new Goslin's Bakery and Deli next to Hannaford and Brewer.
I didn't realize how long the intro on Dangerous was.
Oh, yeah. Michael wasn't playing, dude. He's teasing you out a little bit.
He's so good at it.
So good.
I mean,
so good.
What, that one concert where he's just standing on stage for like 10, 15 minutes?
Oh, yeah. Just drinking it in? Yeah.
Hey.
That's right, man.
No disrespect.
That's right. No, man. Michael Jackson on stage. Premiere. Unbelievable. All right, 1991. We got to give it a ranking. Tyler, what are you thinking for sports that year?
Sports, I'll give it a 5 or a 6, I guess. Boston teams weren't great. Maine teams were all right. 9-3 for Maine football, winning the Yankee Conference. That's big.
Yep.
It was a great college basketball tournament. I'm a college basketball guy, and the Bills lost the Super Bowl.
That's pretty good.
So like I'm gonna give it. I'll go with a 5.5.
Okay, I was a little more rougher on it. I gave it a 4.2.
Well, the Red Sox won 84 games. We'd be parading in the streets if they did that in the 2020s.
Sure. I agree. However, better days were to come. So I that's where I'm just kind of giving it, in comparison to everything, I'm giving it a fairly low score. On the back of Maine hockey, though, and Maine football, jacking it up a little bit. Culture-wise, this was grunge, alternative, hair metal going away. This was a musical shift and some pretty good movies. There's a lot of fluff in there for movies that I read, but the good ones were really good.
Yeah, I'm a Silence of the Lambs guy. We mentioned Boys in the Hood. What About Bob with Bill Murray? That's a great one.
Outstanding.
I look at, and like, you see a band like Guns N' Roses go and make November Rain, and you're like, something's changing in music, right?
Sure.
I'm a big Chili Peppers guy, and I think that Blood Sugar Sex Magic album is like the one that made them.
It is.
So I'm going to go with, I thought this was a decent culture year, 91, 90s music, but you still got a little touch of the 80s remaining there.
Yep.
I'll go with, I'll probably go with a 7.5.
Okay. All right. 7.5 for you. Yeah, you kind of won me over. I had it lower as 6.5, and I think that's just being prejudicial to my hair metal that was going away. But I mentioned Oliver Stone's JFK is a must-watch for me, like every few years. It's a long movie, but it's so well done. I totally dig it. I'll give it 7.2. 7.2 for me.
I'm going nice round numbers here. These are rookie scores.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you're taking Sully's scores for this one. That's cool. DOC did it yesterday. We're good.
Are we doing this all week?
No, we're just going to do these 2 days.
Okay, Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, we're just going to do these 2 days, usually the years. So we're going to get through it. But better days to come. I'm excited because we're getting into my college career now, so this is gonna be pretty.
And
cool.
then that grunge also turns to punk a little bit. I kind of like that. Yeah,
it does. Yeah, it evolves. Everything keeps moving. Pretty interesting. So, we got time to jump in here real quick. Why don't you give me Chad Tracy on winning 14 in a row? Yeah. No, I mean that was the big thing, big takeaway yesterday, and similar to last Saturday. It's not it's not like they're winning these games just by pounding runs in and destroying teams. Like they've had games where they've put up some numbers, but the coming back, being down and coming back multiple times yesterday.
I think it was 6 games in this win streak are come from behind wins, which is, like you wouldn't earlier in the year, they're down 2 and you're like, all right, well, I'm shutting it off. That's it. They're not coming back. The offense is there. The offense feels a little bit better, and the vibes look there. Like, I don't know, maybe you should trade those 2 guys that are down in Florida. I don't even want to say their names, but like if the team is playing that well without them there, and you had such high expectations for them, and you had to banish them from the locker room, maybe you do explore what you can get in return for those guys.
One of the guys, Maye, I think everybody is kind of like,
I don't know. The last highlights for Anthony are the WBC. He was hitting barely 200 when we put him down.
He wasn't playing well.
He's not. Now they're not letting him swing until he's pain free. When earlier pain tolerance wasn't really a thing.
Can you get somebody to give you something? Yeah.
Look how good the team is without him here. I know he's supposed to be our guy for the future, but if his attitude's a problem, if he can't even be around the team when he's hurt, is this a guy you want as the future of your franchise?
It's a fair question. It's an absolute fair question. And we got to get into where do they go from here? Because, the chemistry is there. You are seeing some things like Anthony Siegler, right? Yeah, I'm terrible at first names of these guys because we barely know them. Siegler's coming down to earth a little bit in that number one spot. He hasn't been hitting as consistently. So we've got to keep an eye on that. Like, how does that going to look? But then you got Chang, who I have no faith at the plate at all.
You said 300.
I know he's hitting 3, right? But I don't have any faith in him though, right? Like at the 9 spot, and he makes that stab at the end of the game. If he doesn't catch that ball, the Sox probably lose a game.
No, yeah, they scored the 2-run score on that.
Yeah. They probably lose that game, streak over. So absolute stab there, but just a gritty win for this team, and that's the way these guys have been. And you could see, as you said, the chemistry they found a way to get the chemistry right on a team that I didn't think had any. Or had a potential for any. Pretty ridiculously impressive. Caleb Durbin with the big one. We'll get into a little more Sox here coming up. Uno Pizzeria and Grill, when they have late night deals every night in the bar or lounge, where they have late night deals every night in the lounge, 9 p.m. to close, $6 apps, $5 cheeseburgers, $5 Indy cheese or pepperoni deep dish, 724 Stillwater Ave in Bangor. And UMaine Athletics, football's coming this fall. It's time to pack the stands at Alphon. Cheer on Maine football. Don't miss the excitement, tradition, or Black Bear pride all season long. Season tickets on sale now. Give you the best value and best seats for every home game. Visit goblackbears.com/tickets or secure your tickets today. Go Blue. All right, welcome back. We are back. I thought we were coming into it. So, all right, let's give us Jones and Keefe on what's possible for the Red Sox.
He just played it.
Oh, we
just came into it. Yeah.
I didn't even hear it.
Your headphones were off.
Oh, I totally missed the whole damn thing. Oh, did you hear it?
I heard him a little bit. I was like, I'm going to put this on. I want to listen to this.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. All right. Well, hey, listen. For our callers out there, you guys are all calling in. I so appreciate it. We want to talk to you guys. For some reason, the phone lines we're not being able to hear you guys when you call. So the phone's not working today. We're going to get it fixed so we can talk to you guys tomorrow because everybody wants to talk about this streak.
What we're going to do is we're going to give out Marcus's personal phone number over the air and you guys can just text him.
Yeah, you just call us, and we'll put you on speakerphone.
I'm getting one right now. You guys are idiots. Yeah. Okay. I think that's enough.
Hirsch missed everything they said. So, where do you put this Red Sox team? Like, what is possible for this Red Sox team?
It's interesting because they are really fun to watch right now. Really fun to watch. 14 wins in a row, the hottest team in baseball. They've got the pitching. The offense is kind of there, but it does feel a little bit like last year for me right now. With that big streak in the middle of July, but eventually you looked at the roster and you said, Chen, Siegler, Nathaniel Lowe, Abraham Toro, this is eventually going to come crashing down.
Right.
And I kind of look at this roster and I see, like a bunch of pieces together. I know you've got your everyday guys in Ceddanne Rafaela, who is killing it. Wilson Contreras, killing it. Wilyer Abreu, killing it. But then I look around and you see a bunch of guys that were plan B, maybe even plan C at the position. Caleb Durbin is having a much better year than what he started with. I don't know. I think about this team, and I think, is this team a surprise? Is the team a disappointment? Is this team a success? We had them at 90 wins and competing for a division and the World Series.
Yep.
They're only 6 games out from the division right now. Like, they're not competing for the division, but it would definitely surprise me. I look at the team and I say, you kind of got to support them. They've done their job and then some. You look at the players and the coaches. After the really bad start, they have done their job and then some. They're doing more than their job, probably. Like, they're playing above their heads right now, and they're winning games, and they're putting butts in seats for you, and people are talking about you guys in a positive light. There's no more sell the team shirts. There's no more paper bags on the heads at the stadium.
Completely reversed.
All of this stuff is gone, and all of that stuff wasn't a reflection of the team or the manager. It was the general manager and the front office. So all of that heat is now off of you as Craig Breslow because of the way these guys have performed. You've got to go reward them.
Yes.
And whether that means trading a Connolly early or trading a Marcelo Meyer, I'm totally fine trading Meyer, or trading someone important to bring back a Bobby Witt, to bring back a big bat. We saw Hunter Goodman from the Rockies has been floated around. Lindor's been floated around. You've got to buy. Because if you don't buy, I usually need something. I'm just throwing out names that have been floated around. He's been floated around.
Yep.
If you don't buy for this team and you toe the line, or you sell a guy who you're not going to sign next year to bring back something for down the line, that's your vote of no confidence.
Sure.
And that rings loudly in that clubhouse. So at this point, with the way this team is playing, unless they lose out from here to the deadline, you've kind of got to buy, or else you're on the hot seat again if you're Craig Breslow. This team has proven to you that you need to buy for them. You didn't buy for them in the offseason. You went and got a couple of things, but you need to go grocery shopping.
Right.
You need to go support these guys because they're hot right now, but water always finds its level.
It does.
And Contreras is going to have a good end of the year. Sedon's going to have a good end of the year, but water always finds its level. Guys aren't going to be that hot. We're not going to have back-to-back games with go-ahead bombs in the seventh or eighth inning anymore. Not anymore, but water's going to eventually find its level, and when it does, they're going to need some support. Yep. And they've shown to you that they
deserve the support.
They've saved your job.
Yeah.
I mean, if they had been playing like they were playing earlier in the year, it wasn't the players that were going to be fired.
Right.
It was Breslow on the hot seat. The way this team is played has saved Craig Breslow's job. He needs to go buy for them. They deserve it.
Absolutely. You're doing this with legitimately 3 real hitters in the lineup?
Yeah.
3?
3 or 4.
I mean,
Rafaela, Durbin, Willier, Wilson.
Yeah, I didn't count Durbin as real, but he's earning his way in there. But okay, give him 3.5 guys. That you feel confident can get something done. Give them the bat they need. Give them the guy they need. I like the Goodman guy. I love the idea of getting a legit catcher that can hit bombs.
Yeah, everyone's hitting right now for this offense. It's not going to be like that forever.
Yeah, exactly.
So we should enjoy it. Yes, we should enjoy this run while it lasts, but they need to, if they don't buy, the vibes are gone, the chemistry's gone, the frustration's back.
Yep.
And by the end of the year, the team's just going to burn out again. If they do buy, I think you've got a chance at going on a run. I think you can match up with the Yankees. You just swept the Rays. Orioles came in on a 7-game win streak. You went toe-to-toe with them, took their best shot, and knocked them out. This is a team that, if you support them offensively, they've got a shot.
Yeah, their pitching is legit. Their pitching is legit as it gets. So get them the bat they need.
What do you think happens, though? This is what I want to happen.
It is what I want to happen. Breslow's is still fighting for his job a little bit.
Yep.
Right? So he's got to make a move. He's got to make a move. So. I didn't like the quote I heard from him that was basically wait and see. We'll see.
They were talking about it on the broadcast yesterday. Yeah.
I don't like that because you going into the game yesterday, you had won 13 straight. You're the general manager. You got to come out full force and be like, we got to get these guys help. You got to be on the train. This wait and see thing is what gets you in trouble, gets Breslow in trouble. That's what he's been known for. That's what he's done, is these little half measure things that are absolutely ineffective.
And they asked a question about the deadline on the broadcast yesterday, and they were talking about what you've heard from Craig Breslow. I think it was Alex Spear from the Globe.
Yeah.
And you know whose names he brought up? You know who I heard? I heard Roman Anthony, Garrett Crochet, and Trevor Story. I'm sick of injured players being listed as deadline acquisitions simply because they're returning.
Right.
We've done that the past 3 years. That's not what you need to do at the deadline. You don't need to say, we're playing well right now and Trevor Story's coming back, so I'm going to sit tight.
No.
That's not you can't do that. You can't do that.
Trevor Story should not see the field for this team again.
If it's just him and Chen, I'd put him out there.
He better be, he better be healthy.
He was the team leader in RBI when he got hurt. He was hitting a buck something, but he was leading your team in RBI.
He's pretty bad in the field, though, too.
Yeah.
He's pretty bad in the field. Yeah. I liked what IKF said. IKF's getting a little healthier. He said, timetable to come back. He just said, I don't even want to come back right now. The way these guys are going, I don't want to ruin anything, but that's, it's a team first approach.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It can't be we're getting help from the guys that are injured that are coming back. That's not good enough. That is 100% not good enough. All right, we're going to get to break. We got This Day in History coming up next.
Welcome back into the Morning Roast on 92.9 The Ticket, Maine Sports Leader. You're listening to Everything I Do, I Do It For You by Brian Adams with Cruiser, the Sugar Dragon, and MC the MC.
That's right. This is from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves movie. And it just, you couldn't escape this thing on the radio. Just, you'd hear the beginning and be like, doop, change.
New channel.
Yep, change. That was brutal.
I got to get to TOS right now.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Other things. This day in history, July 21st, in 356 BC, Herostratus sets fire to the Temple of Artemis in Ephesus, one of the seven wonders of the world. In 1853, Central Park is created when New York legislature puts aside more than 750 acres of land on Manhattan Island. That's a pretty cool thing. They put a massive park.
How do you 356 BC? How can you date that back to July 21st?
No, I know, right? Exactly.
Did they even have July back then?
Right. How were they counting years?
Yeah.
Like, were we all in agreement with years back then? I don't even know how that worked. In 1865, in Springfield's Market Square, Missouri, Wild Bill Hickok shoots and kills Davis Tutt in what's regarded as the first true Western showdown.
See, now that's fun news.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. And that story traveled.
Yeah.
In 1990, Pink Floyd's The Wall is performed where the Berlin Wall once stood in a charity concert with multiple musical guests. I remember watching that. That was incredible. Gave you chills. Pretty awesome. That was the David Hasselhoff with the light up jacket. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The glowing jacket. Hasselhoff was there. Oh, yeah, for sure. On the Berlin Wall. It just, they broke down. They saw freedom, and they saw freedom on David Hasselhoff's back. Just all the light bulbs on his jacket. Sports history, 1959. Not a great stat for the Red Sox here. They're the last team to use a black player.
It's also July 21st. It's not like he was on the opening day roster either.
No. They just, the pressure got to him, in 1959. 1973, Hank Aaron hits Philadelphia Phillies' Ken Brett's fastball for his 700th home run. 89, Tyson KOs Carl Williams in 1 minute and 33 seconds for the heavyweight boxing title. Nothing better than going on YouTube and watching some old Tyson, like early Tyson when he was just a killer. Unbelievable. 1996, Gretzky signs a 2-year deal with the Rangers, starting the last leg of his career. Other birthdays today. In 1899, Ernest Hemingway, author. Old Man in the Sea, Nobel Prize for Literature in 1954. 1924, Don Knotts, Andy Griffith Show, Reluctant Astronaut, Three's Company, love me some Don Knotts, hysterical. 1951, Robin Williams passed away in 2014. 1988, DeAndre Jordan, center for the Pelicans. And in 2000, Norwegian soccer star Erling Haaland. Holidays today, Junk Food Day, Be Someone Day, Legal Drinking Age Day.
Lower it. No, I'm just
kidding. Sounds good. That's going to do it for this day in history, and it's going to do it for the 6 o'clock hour. We'll be back with the 7 o'clock hour. Stick around. Welcome into the 7 o'clock hour of the Morning Roast. Greg Hirsch, Tyler Krusz, Marqus Cesar behind the gate. We are rocking to 14 wins with the Red Sox, cruising right along. No pun intended. Tyler, how are we holding up?
I am doing well. Watching the ending of that game last night on SportsCenter right now.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
What a catch from when to end it. 2 runners on second and third. Yeah, that gets through.
Dude, that was a stab.
Duran's noodle arm, 2-run score.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolute stab. What a game. My God, it felt like watching a playoff game.
It really did, yeah.
Yeah, I keep this thing going as long as you can, guys, because it's fun. It is so much fun. I already got my plans for tonight. It's like I'm going to plant myself, watch this thing, and just they find ways to get it done. They
really do.
Yeah. The fight in this team is admirable. Marcus, how are you, sir?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah, in looking back, I'm a helpless, delusional Dolphins fan, and I couldn't accept it from the Red Sox. And especially when I have, no offense to you, Tyler, the devil on my shoulder just saying, this team sucks. You should hate it. And I did.
I love watching this team.
Yeah. No, like they turned me.
Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah. And they're doing it in, that's the thing we talked about, not Heimblum, Breslow, and they're the same guy.
Yeah, basically
the same guy. They're doing it in spite of Craig Breslow, in spite of him, because this is not the plan Craig Breslow had for success for this team.
No.
Pitching was, yes, I'll give you that. I'll give you the pitching, and it has been stellar.
But the guy you pay, Suarez has been out, Crochet's been out, and you're still winning. Yeah.
Right. That was not the plan, right? Like, this is not the plan. Anthony Siegler was not the plan.
Yeah.
Cheng was not the plan. Am I saying that right? Or
Cheng,
yeah.
I think it's Cheng, right? I think it's when the middle name, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, having Connolly
I don't even know the guy's names.
Yeah, having Early and Tolley on, career high innings right now. They had to pull Tolley 2 starts ago after, 3 innings because of his pitches, his
that's
limit.
Right.
They're throwing these guys a lot, but they're stepping up. This definitely wasn't the plan. The plan was to have Roman Anthony lead off and Trevor Story bat second and Jarren Duran bat third, and then you go with Willier and Wilson. That was your plan.
Yeah.
Your plan was Durbin is 10 home runs now.
Yep.
Didn't have a home run off a pitcher until June. He's been on fire. It's awesome.
It's incredible. July 1st, 3 weeks ago, they had a 13% chance of making the playoffs. Now it's 59%.
Now they have a wild card spot. Yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah,
actually, it's incredible what they've done with what they've got, and just seeing this team congeal together and have the fight that it has. My God, the 6th and the 7th, they had to come from behind to either tie or go ahead. It just, you just feel like this team's not out of it, and they believe, which is incredible.
Which is. It's a full 180 from 2 months ago because this team has 6 comeback wins on this win streak.
Yeah.
If they were down 2 runs 2 months ago, we were turning it off.
They were down 3 on Saturday. They were 0-36 at that point in the season if they're down by 3. Yeah, just hadn't done it. It's just they continue to amaze. We got a great 7 o'clock hour for you. We are going to talk. We'll talk with Dave Peck at 7:40. Get his thoughts. He's been one of the guys that turned right. He's like, these guys, they got me, man. They got me. But we look forward to talking with him. We talked 1991 in the first hour, and we'll be playing some sweet songs in 1991 throughout. Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a deer. Fat Panda Boba Tea and Market on Harlow Street in Bangor, right next to Gosselin's Bakery. Sip fresh boba, explore snacks, ramen, and their tasty Jamaican patties. Also visit over in the Brewer location. It's Wilson Street, right next to Hannaford. Let's do headlines. All right, those Sox 51-48. My God, 6-5 rather back and forth game against the Orioles. They keep the streak alive. Rafaela and Abreu each had an RBI. Contreras 2 RBIs off of 3 hits. Derb out no longer. Derb in, scores a go-ahead run with a solo home run. How about we let's give Durbin some love again. So cool to see what he's done. He's become the dirt dog that we were hoping.
And for a guy that we thought was just, done, not an MLB player, he's only in his second year. Let's send him down, see what can happen. He's really turned it around. He's been the story of this, this win streak really has been him, Cedon Rafaela, and the offense. It's been the offense.
Yeah, it's 100%. It's been the offense for sure. And it's not, look, they've battled to become a league average offense. That's how far down they were, right? When you look at it, but it's a long way. They had a huge hole to climb out of, and they're finding a way. Tolley pitches 5 2/3, gives up 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 9 Ks. Any concern with Tolley at this point in the season?
No, I don't know what his ceiling is. I think he is a guy that he's going to go out. He's going to give you around 6 innings, 3 earned runs. Yesterday it was almost 6 innings, 4 earned runs, but I think that's just what he's going to do. He's going to strike out a lot of people because he throws really hard, but he's not a guy that's going to throw 100 pitches and give you 8 innings of 1-run ball. He's going to fire out and then he's going to flame out. And I think that's kind of just who he is. He might be better suited as a long reliever type of guy, but he fires me up. He's fun to watch. He's really fun. Throws the ball hard. It was weird seeing his velocity go from 98 to 94 over a couple of innings yesterday, but I did like how much he used the curveball to get guys out. If that's your out pitch, that's going to make your fastball that much more dominating. It's going to make it jump really a lot more.
Big time. Yeah, Tolley is awesome. The guy gets married last week or whatever, and in Peyton Tolley fashion, everything looks adorable, wonderful. There's nothing about Peyton Tolley I dislike. He's just, jovial, and then he gets on the mound and he turns into an absolute bull. You're going to
hear him grunting through the hot mics.
It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. In the NBA, LeBron is seemingly looking for a team that could be his home for the last leg of his career. Not necessarily his last year, focusing mainly on the Cavs, Sixers, and Heat with no timetable on his decision. Tyler, you made a good point in the 6 o'clock hour. You think he's being pulled in 3 different ways.
Yeah, I think his wife wants to go where it's warm. He wants to go home, and his agent wants to go to Philly where they're probably offering him a little bit more money.
That makes sense. It makes total sense. I'm sure that's exactly.
I don't know. I'm just that's my speculation.
Yeah, I mean that would completely track. I mean, right?
Yeah.
So it's a good spot. World Cup. FIFA is investigating. There was a fight that happened after the final. Argentina's Leandro Paredes and Nahuel Molina were filmed hitting Spain's Eric Garcia and Roddy. Argentina's assistant coach Roberto Ayala got in on it and hit midfielder Dani Olmo. So this was something that was filmed by fans afterwards. Didn't catch the main tape.
Exactly. And I mean, from my understanding, like with the world broadcast, everyone gets the same footage.
Sure.
Like you don't have your own camera able to track whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, it was staying mainly on the festivities.
Yeah, okay. All right. In college athletics, Michigan AD Ward Manuel will step down at the end of the calendar year. Massive scandals have been unearthed during his tenure. It's amazing he survived this long.
And that's not going to end it.
No,
he's going to step down and they're going to find out. Yeah, they're going to get hit with a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's just been an absolute turmoil.
It's just so many Michigan men over there, right? And
right.
I don't know. What does that even mean anymore?
Yeah, no, I know.
Their last 2 coaches, the football and basketball have gone to pro.
Yeah.
Dusty Maye left and Harbaugh left. And I don't want to talk about the football coach that came after Harbaugh.
Right. No, exactly. And it's just, the AD's standing there. He's like, I should probably get out of town too. Yep. Run, baby. Next Home Experience is the market leader. Get Luke, get sold. The Next Home Experience. Available when ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. 2 sausage McMuffins with eggs, 2 hotcakes, 4 hash browns, 4 small hot coffees, all just for $19.99. This bundle deal is over 40% off and for a limited time. Order at your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor or Wilson Street in Brewer. Stuck on the side of the road? Union Street Towing's got you covered 24/7 statewide. From breakdowns to lockouts, we'll get you moving fast. Give them a call, 942-4200. Driven to be there when you need the most. Dean's Detailing's a leader in auto detailing for over 55 years. Renew your vehicle's appearance. Protect your auto investment. Look good, feel good in a clean, shiny car. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. All right. So I do hope someone hears that Union Street Towing one, though.
I know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, are you really stuck on this? I hope you're stuck. I don't hope you're stuck on the side of the road. But if you are stuck on the side of the road, I hope you're listening and you're like, Hirsch just said the number. Boom. I'm going to call him. That one's just living rent-free in my head.
One day, man.
Yeah, for sure. One day we'll get it, and then we'll get a call when the phone lines work. We got to get the phone lines to work tomorrow. I'm gonna message Jim, actually, because we're going to take it to the next level. Because we got to get people. People want to talk about what's going on, especially with this Red Sox. But we gotta switch gears for a second here, and because it's almost going to be football season. These Sox are getting us to football season. Drake Maye, early chemistry with AJ Brown. Yeah, I mean, short and sweet, but he did host, I did read, Drake Maye hosted A.J. Brown and other wide receivers for 3 days in North Carolina last week.
Oh.
So Maye had all the receivers down to his place in North Carolina. Love to see that. That's leadership. That's taking it to the next level. And I know a lot of quarterbacks do stuff like that for sure, but it's just good to see Drake doing that, especially where you got a new guy and a big new guy like A.J. Brown, like getting that, just as little things worked out, because the better you know someone, the more you're going to understand what they're capable of doing, what they like to do. It's an awesome move by Drake Maye.
Yeah, and it's not just the 2 or 3 hours that they spent on the field training together too.
No,
it's that time they spent together too.
Yeah.
It's everything like that, getting Ann to cook for him. It's kind of reminiscent of when Brady was suspended and Welker was retired, so he was throwing around with Welker while the team was practicing and stuff that. It's you like to see a quarterback go above and beyond, not only to get better, but to foster those relationships on the team. He's the leader, you know, and as the leader, you got to be also the unifier.
Yep.
You're bringing everyone together. So it's good to see Drake accepting that role with open arms, both of what it means to be the quarterback on the field and off the field.
For sure. Now, we've seen him. He does appear, by all reports, that he's put on a little bit of muscle, Drake Maye, right? Like, looks a little thicker, a little stronger. And he goes from his first year, which pretty chaotic, but he comes in, you get to see flashes. Then you get his real rookie year last year. He's in the MVP conversation. He goes to the Super Bowl. Tough playoff stretch, not himself particularly in those games, like any way you cut it. Like
easy regular season schedule.
That being said, still the NFL, and he's still
second in MVP.
We all saw that game up in Buffalo and what that looked like. What do you expect for progress for Drake Maye? Because he's coming into his third year.
Progress is an interesting word.
Do you know what I mean?
How do you improve from that? I'd like to see you're playing better defenses, right? And you've got a new weapon at your disposal. So you're kind of running a completely different offense where your main guy was Diggs last year, who mainly lined up in the slot.
Yep.
You've got your best guy is going to be lined up in the X this year. You've got a lot of different pieces around you. You've got a new fullback. That's going to help you out a lot. I think it's how can he get more comfortable in this offensive setting, in this playbook, in the Josh McDaniels scheme? I'd like to see him run a little bit less. I'd like to see the fumbles and the interceptions go down. He had a really bad turnover problem in the playoffs. And I'd like to see, him utilize A.J. Brown a little bit more. But in terms of, if his numbers aren't better than what they were last year, I'm not going to panic.
No.
I don't think the numbers last year were insane. He had a very easy schedule. They're playing a last place schedule.
Sure.
And it was your first year in a new offense, and you kind of really liked it. So now it's time to advance in that, which means doing a few things that you might not be the most comfortable with that you tried to avoid last year. Just becoming more of a well-rounded and whole quarterback. I think I'm not too worried about. We've seen that Drake Maye's there. We know this is the guy. We know he's the guy. I'm not gonna as Aqib Talib used to say, dry hump the stats.
Right.
I don't think we need to look at the numbers and say, well, he had a worse year. He had a much different year. So I'm not really.
It's not going to be a stat based progression.
I know Drake Maye is the guy. So I'm not worried if he's got a few less touchdowns or a few less yards this year. I want to see him progress in this offense. I want to see him utilize A.J. Brown. I want to see that relationship take off. And I don't want to see any friction between him and Brown. I want that's the last thing I want to see.
Yeah. No, and I'm not, at least for year one, I'm not expecting any. What I like, and I think I mentioned it before, was during OTAs they were running red zone, and basically McDaniels did not give a play to Maye, and that was the way they were running it. It's like, you go out there, you call what you see, and then afterwards we'll go to tape after the whole session's done, and we'll walk through it. That's where I want to see the progression from Drake Maye. I want to see him essentially become that second offensive coordinator on the field. And can he advance in the way that Brady did, where he's the field general this year, and he's audibling plays, reading defenses better, and that's the progression that I want to see from him.
Yeah.
Right?
I want to see him and Brown take the league by storm, too. I think A.J. Brown could be a top 5 wide receiver this year. I think Drake could be a top 5 quarterback. It's not quite Brady and Moss. I don't think these two guys are both going to be on, the hot tickets for the media when they're retired and stuff like that. But it's going to be the closest thing we've had to Brady and Moss since Brady and Moss.
Definitely has a potential, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. So I want to see that. I'm expecting a mature Drake Maye, a settled Drake Maye, which I hope will impact his turnovers as well. So, should be good stuff. All right, Acadia Federal Credit Union's newest locations now open on Wilson Street in Brewer, serving Maine since 1963 with branches in Bangor, Brewer, and Aroostook County. Learn more at acadiafcu.org. Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center is the official sports grill of the Morning Roast, downtown Bangor, and heroesportsgrill.com. We'll be right back. 2026 Ticket Awards, third annual Ticket Awards available on demand. 35 categories of excellence in the 25-26 sports season. Watch it at 929theticket.com or the Ticket app on YouTube. Northeast Driving School has been the leader in driver training for over 57 years. Register today for driver's ed courses at Greater Bangor's #1 driving school. Call 942-1769 or register at northeastdrivingschool.com. All right. Most of you have probably seen this. Fanatics Fest took place in New York over the weekend, and we got more Tom Brady without a football helmet on his head, which is usually cringeworthy, unfortunately.
It's been just the a monster of a divorce for him. Like he's just been all over the bad press is everywhere for him. I think he's done one good thing since that, and that was the flag football.
Yeah,
that was really
sure.
cool
that
to
looked
watch.
Cool because it's Brady with a football in his hand.
Shut the heck up and go play football.
Right,
and if you're not going to do it, just like go talk about it.
Right.
Like, I like him on Fox, but like, what is he doing? He's we'll go with the first video I saw was him slapping the heck out of Jake Paul or Logan Paul. Which one was it? I can't tell the difference.
Logan, it's the wrestler. It's the wrestler.
They're both idiots. Yeah, the wrestler, boxer, even though half his boxing matches are scripted and fake too.
He's barely a wrestler too.
Barely a boxer.
And it's all scripted. It's all scripted, and then he comes out in the casket as the Undertaker. Like, did you see that?
No, I didn't.
He came out to the Undertaker's music in the casket, sat up like the Undertaker, and it's Brady, and then he like faux hit a chair on some dude that was like the worst.
To the Undertaker.
It was
he just
the worst
died.
Chair shot. No, he's still alive. Taker's still alive.
He is?
Oh yeah,
I thought he died like last year.
No, I feel like we had this exact conversation with you earlier this year.
I know Hogan died, but I could have sworn.
Died. Yeah.
Okay.
No, the dead man's still alive. The dead man's still alive. Make no mistake about it. You know, we will mourn the death of the Taker when that happens, but he's still above ground. But Tom Brady pretending to be the Undertaker, slapping Logan Paul, and then
flipping him off at, what was it, the soccer game where they had the World Cup and he's flipping him off.
It's like Brady is a terrible actor.
You can tell it's fake.
Actor, you know, it's so cheesy. And it all comes around. SummerSlam is coming in August.
Yeah, and the WWE is trying to sign Brady.
Exactly, and it looks like he's probably on board for something. It will be cringeworthy again.
It'll be awful. Do you need the money that bad?
That's what I'm saying.
Seriously, you don't see Gronk doing any of this stuff.
No,
and
he
if Gronk
did
WWE, he did that one run out, and he tackled somebody, and that was it. Gronk didn't make, I mean, he kind of does make a fool out of himself, but it's cool. That's his personality, yeah. But like, he's not walking around like slapping celebrities and flipping people off and doing stupid stunts for the camera. He doesn't need any of that stuff. Like, I don't know, the Tom Brady post-retirement, post-divorce, I think, honestly, he's just nuts. His face looks like handsome Squidward. He gets work done every 3 months. It's bad. You know, like, I've never seen anyone with such a high image. Like, this guy was God.
Yeah.
We worshiped the ground he walked on in New England.
Envision Michael Jordan doing this.
Yeah.
At the height of his, right?
You can't. He just wants to smoke cigars and play golf and gamble.
Right.
Why can't Tom Brady be normal like that?
I know. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. And the thing is, with the whole WWE thing, tailor-made for Gronk. Gronk looks like a wrestler, acts like a wrestler. He probably loves wrestling. Tom Brady doesn't watch
he's not a WWE. No.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're just selling out. There you are, the word that starts with W and ends in E, dude. Like, you are, like, selling out.
You are an UGG model.
Yeah.
You are not a WWE star.
No,
you are an UGG model.
No. Wow. I mean, it is... Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. I just had to get that one off our chest.
I think it's nuts seeing you guys talk about your GOAT like this, because I've hated the guy since he stepped on the field.
Don't get me wrong.
I've hated him since he stepped off.
Yeah, it hurts.
It hurts. It's awful watching him doing himself like this. Yeah.
You put on the Falcons-Patriots Super Bowl game, I'm watching it.
I mean, we got the mouse pads.
We got that. Yeah, 100%. I'm watching it. I'm watching his career. I'm celebrating his career. I think for me, actually, to be honest with you, I think it started turning when it was like the second wave of 10-part documentary on Tom Brady. Like they did 2 of them.
Yeah,
they did
the second retirement too.
Just like, it was just too much. And granted, he was still playing. I enjoyed the Tampa run. Great, awesome. Didn't want him doing color commentating.
Yeah.
Really, I thought he was
above
above
him
that.
in the booth.
I don't mind. Yeah, he's getting better.
Good.
Yeah, he's getting better. So that I don't mind, because you're talking football. Stay out of all the other stuff. You're not an actor.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing, and you should be above that.
Yeah, you were. Right. He wasn't bad in Ted 2.
Right. You can do a lot of editing.
You know, like, was this the biggest personality that Bill Belichick had to manage in his time with the Patriots? Like, do we give him enough credit?
Right.
You know, like, we gave him, he turned Randy Moss around and he managed this ego and that ego. But what would Tom Brady have done after 3 Super Bowls without Bill Belichick? Would he have already been doing all of this crap?
Yeah, maybe,
did Belichick keep him in line? Do we give him enough credit?
Right.
This really
makes you wonder.
He really seems like the biggest diva on the team that Bill had to keep in line, and we didn't know it until now.
I still think it's nuts because you take a look at the landscape, right? Like we've got LeBron James on a podcast. We've got Edelman and Gronk on a podcast.
Which is great.
Just make your own podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
People would eat that up.
Yeah.
And you'd own it. You'd make all the money.
And it's authentic, and you don't have to be fake, and you don't have to, sell an image. Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Just stay in your lane, Tom.
I mean,
nobody wants to see this.
Exactly. The amount of people, I mean, you guys would probably listen to it if it was just him talking game, just talking ball, like how Cam Newton's got.
Like,
right?
Love a good podcast like that.
Detail with Kobe.
Yep.
Like when he would break down the games and stuff, like that would be great.
Huge.
Like,
awesome.
There's so many avenues for Brady to not be insufferable in retirement. But he's
getting it wrong.
Ones.
He's getting it wrong. I hope in like 5 years he's figured it out and is like, all right, this is who I am. Because he seems like a dude who doesn't know who he is, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he might be going through an identity, like you've been married to Giselle since like 2005, like you've been,
How far out are we now?
We're far enough out.
2 or 3 years.
Far enough out. I'll give you the first year trying to figure it out. You should haven't figured it out, dude.
Especially if you're like, you can any single chick out there.
Yeah,
you're Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe get some new advisors. That might be the problem. All right, we got to do a Sox prop, right? Hit it, baby. Boy, that song hits different today, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it hits way different right now. It actually had some up-tempo to it. Feels good. And they are going to tie the record at 15 tonight. So, Orioles again. Suarez pitching, we think.
Suarez is the official. The books have him in.
Okay.
They have him set at 5.5 strikeouts. I almost want to take the under because I don't know how many innings they're going to throw him.
Sure.
But totally only threw 5 2/3 yesterday. I don't know. I'm looking at Willie Abreu, hottest hitter right now on the team.
He is.
He is 1.5 hits, runs, RBI. That's minus 128. We could go with Rafaela, 1.5, still the same number, minus 124. Contreras is also 124. Durbin 113.
What's the pitcher for the Orioles, lefty or righty? Do we know?
His name is Kyle Bradish.
All right, Bradish.
I've got no idea what Southpaw Orthodox.
All right, let's see. Kyle Bradish. This is great radio. Also, Marcus thought potentially just going straight money line.
Money line. Bradish is also set at 5.5 Ks.
He's a lefty,
but that's plus money. The over is plus money, so they don't think he's gonna.
Sorry, he's a righty.
All right. You had a 50% chance there. You could have just guessed.
No, I was looking at the first. The first picture was inverted. So.
We could just go straight money line. That would be minus 144. I like the over under in the game is 8 runs, which I think the offense has been picking it up lately.
It has.
You go to team totals. The Red Sox are set at 4.5 team runs.
Okay.
Over under 4.5. So I don't really like that. 4.5 is big.
I don't know. Yeah, because the Orioles are very similar to you. Like they pitch well. Their hitting is okay. So I don't know. I do like hit runs RBIs.
Okay, so we'll
I do
we'll
like
go
that.
with one
Marcus,
of those.
what do you think of that?
Pick?
Let's get a.
We've got.
You're not feeling good. You're feeling money line.
Honestly, yeah, but Tyler,
Just take the win.
if you're bullish on this, I'll trust your gut.
I'm nervous about taking the money line, them losing, and then we're the reason they don't have a streak anymore.
Ooh, jeez. Okay, all right.
That's
I don't
fair.
want to impact
That's
that.
fair.
Okay,
so I don't usually bet my own team.
Okay, so hit runs.
Hit
RBI.
run RBI. We'll go. Do we want Rafaela, Abreu, or Contreras, or Durbin? Pick one of the 4.
I would go Contreras.
Yeah,
they did that yesterday at the drive, and
they
that
did.
hit. So we'll just steal their bet.
Perfect.
Yeah, why not? We'll take your.
Sounds good.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. I don't mind stooping to that. So that's going to be our bet. I just think Contreras is so hot right now, dude. Like it's ridiculous. I've got full confidence every time he comes up to the plate right now. All right, let's take it. I do like your brazenness though, Marcus. They'll go money line. Just like they're going to get it, man.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen. I could feel it.
In my plums.
You know it, baby.
All right, Ticket TV on demand. If you missed a game on Ticket TV, not a problem at all. Every game's available on demand, 929theticket.com and on the Ticket app. Casella, good pay, good people, good life. Find your place at powerhardwork.com and connect to the Ticket social media channels, 929 The Ticket on Facebook, 929 The Ticket on Instagram, sports.net.maine on TikTok, and our YouTube page, Sportsnet Maine. Tim's Plumbing, mark your calendars. August 8th, Ricky Craven Speedway roars to life with Tim's Plumbing 100. Features the Darlings Pro Stock Series and $4,000 to the winner. It's one of the biggest nights of the season, so bring the family out. Experience the excitement with Tim's Plumbing 100, Saturday, August 8th. Joining us now on the Heroes Hotline, Mr. Dave Peck. Peck, how you holding up?
I'm doing well. I got to say, I was excited to come in hot and talk about the Red Sox and how excited I am, but listening for the last 5 minutes, now I'm bummed again. Talking about Tom Brady. It
hurts.
You guys are right. It hurts. I'm staring at a framed Tom Brady poster that says football's greatest of all time, and it's like an iconic shot of him in a Patriots jersey, and it's framed here in my office, and it makes me sad because it's a total train wreck. It's an unraveling of an icon, which is hard for all of us, I think. And I don't know. I used to live by a couple of pillars. I would date this back to probably 2016. If you did it, would Tom Brady do it? And if you did it, could you play for Bill Belichick? Those were two pillars I lived by, and both
those good ones.
Completely crumbled.
Yeah, no,
they've crumbled. Both don't hold water anymore. But it used to be if you did it, would Tom Brady do it? No, he wouldn't. He's a straight edge guy. He does things the right way. Okay, let's not do that. And if you did this, would you be able to play for Bill Belichick? No. So it's hard. He's just a money grubber now.
Yes.
And that's the reality we live in.
I know. It's brutal. It is. It's very tough to see, and you just hope he starts getting a little better advice and maybe a reality check, in terms of this is a bad look, Tom. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
That's the thing. That's the thing I don't understand. It's like, dude, there's not one person. I haven't met or talked to a single person who's like, oh, yeah, wow, he's way cooler now. And if we're sitting here, then how are his greatest advisors sitting there not being like, ooh, yeah, that's a bad look. Maybe they're professionals. How do they not see what we see? It makes no sense. I guess they're blinded by dollar signs.
For a guy, for a guy that broke down tape as well as he did, you think he might want to break down some of these tapes a little bit,
Right? It's like, brother,
yeah,
what are you doing?
Well,
but that aside,
sure.
How about the Red Sox? I am such a sucker. I am so in. I'm curious to hear Tyler's take on this one. I mean, this is good stuff here. I don't know if you were always on board or.
I'm on board. I'm on board with the players, and I think the players and Chad Tracy have saved Craig Breslow's job, and they deserve to be bought for. I think he needs to go, and he needs to support this team at the deadline. And the minute he doesn't, this turns into last year. This turns into the 10-game win streak before the All-Star game, but then you get the vote of no confidence. You get called an underdog, and eventually that's how you end the season. So I think he's at a big crossroads here where if the team keeps playing like this, he's got no option but to buy for them, or else it's going to kind of tank this run.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's so many aspects to this, right? It's like I wasn't bought in until we saw what they did after the All-Star break, and now they've won 5 straight since then. And every time the camera goes to Craig Breslow, I want to be angry. But I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that smug guy up there who just pulled one all over us, and I can't, though, because if you're not bought in at this point, at least on the players of the team, then you're missing the ride. You're missing the whole point of being a Red Sox fan. This is last night was awesome. It was unbelievable. And if you're going to, and it's hard, but if you're going to be frustrated with Craig Breslow and continue to be and just miss out, then it's just not the path. It's the wrong side of history. But there are so many things going forward, right? What are they going to do when Marcelo Maye comes back? What are they going to do if Trevor Stewart, all these sort of pieces that have actually made the team better, all the departures that have made the team better because you have these role players just grinding it out. I'm curious to see what they're going to do. And the other thing with Breslow is you give him credit, and this is the second year in a row now, where you give him credit for the moves that he made in the offseason, right? When he has a lot of time. Okay, it didn't look like they were going to work out, but once again, they have The problem is, what does he do when he has pressure in the middle of the season and at the trade deadline when the clock is ticking and he has high leverage situations where he has to make a decision? And he and his predecessor never figured that out. So, Tyler, I agree with you. Like, this is a massive trade deadline to see where he goes and how he operates, and you just hope they don't slide, because 14 in a row, you worry that the streak ends, and then does it go back to reality, right? They're only 2 games over 500.
Right.
Or 3, or whatever it is. So, like, you almost need the streak to keep the magic alive to the point where, okay, it ends, because it's going to end at some point, but let's get a little bit more over 500 before the magic stops, because then reality will hit us in the face again and be like, all right, we're kind of back to ground zero.
Yeah, when I think when water finds its level, like, what is this team? They're probably a wild card team. I don't know how far of a run they can go on, and that's just how they're roster constructed right now. If they go add somebody, then I get a little bit more faithful in how this team can end the season. But you're right. I also think you can be angry at Breslow and the shortcomings. Like, this isn't the roster he put together. You know, like, they don't give the GM in Major League credit when the Indians won the pennant. You know, but like, it's okay to still be upset with Breslow and the shortcomings and still, like, realize this team is doing something here. Like, you've got these 9 guys that are out there, and some of them are platoon guys, role players, some of them aren't, and they're playing really well together. Whether it's because you got the 2 whiny little young guys that they banished to the villages, whether it's because Story's not playing, whatever it is, they're playing really well together right now, and it's hard not to enjoy it. But I still think you can enjoy it and still be a little angry at Craig Breslow.
Yeah, and here's the one concern I have, right? You talk about water finding its level. Do you bet the whole, do you bet assets and kind of go all in at the trade deadline and buy based on the idea that you have these guys who are statistically overperforming? Like, is that something you want to bet on?
You got to be careful.
Yeah, I think I go back to it, and these guys are statistically overperforming, and because of that, I still have a job. I'm Craig Breslow in this case, you know?
Yeah.
So I think they deserve it a little. They've earned it.
Okay, I guess, like, I would be weary about getting something short term. Like, I don't know, if you're going to get a rental. This to me is not a rental.
No,
yeah,
where you just are one. Like, this is an opportunity where maybe you're able to bring in somebody with team control for a couple of years. Like, that's what I would want. This is not rental where one guy to get us over the hump, because you're right. I still think they're just a wild card team, and when it's all said and done after 162, while this is fun, we had 20 fun days in July, and it's been a blast in Boston. What's the reality for Andrew Monasterio or Jahmai Jones or, all these guys, for them to actually make a big impact late in the season? I don't know. That's the one sort of skeptic I have.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting to see the drop-off. They mentioned in the broadcast yesterday, too, the drop-off with, like, Anthony Siegler batting at the number 1 spot, right? Like, he's coming down to earth. Like, you're seeing it. Baseball's a long-haul game, and you're starting to see that a little bit. Some of these guys playing over their skis aren't going to continue to do so. So you got to be cognizant of that. You're right. You can't get a rental for this unit. This is like, what can we do to build towards? We still have to keep our eyes on the prize and build toward the future, but make the move though, and it's gonna be a little painful. You're gonna have to give up a Connolly early, or someone that you value, because you're not getting anybody worthwhile for Jarren Duran and even Marcelo Mayer at this point. Like, he's pretty worthless. What's going to happen to this team if you don't buy, I think, is worse than what's going to happen to this team if you overpay. Correct.
Yeah, I think my concern is it's going to be a little buy, but we have all these guys coming back, and the purchase is going to be the injury.
I hate
return.
that. Gross. I hate that. I hate that message.
That's the worst case scenario.
Gross.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming. Like,
yeah.
100% coming.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, these guys who stunk early in the season anyways.
Right. And I don't want to see Marcelo Mayer on the field for the Boston Red Sox this year again. At all.
No, I agree.
At all.
And I kind of agree with Roman Anthony just shutting it down, too.
Yeah. I feel like those guys right now are a big energy suck.
Yeah. I don't know. Because if he comes back and things go south, like, not good. Like, no. That is not what you want. Because then, whether it's his fault or not, he's going to feel that.
Sure. It's too much pressure. It's already, the damage has been done. So, like, let's reset for sure. But you know what, though? This run, we didn't see it coming. It feels great. These bastards. They did it to us again.
They did it again.
Unbelievable. Well, Peck, I got to give you credit, buddy. You recommended the Back Bay Social Club prior to the game on Saturday. Perfect spot, bro. Perfect spot.
I was going to ask. Everything worked out. I mean, was there
awesome
weather? Or you guys were inside. It was good.
Yeah, it was great. The rain came down as we got to Fenway. We had the hour delay, but we were up in the Sam Adams beer garden there with the overhang. Perfect spot to like wait out the rain. I mean, open air. Awesome spot.
I would also argue real quick, rain games at Fenway makes it a little more intimate,
It does.
With the people who stick around and kind of grit it out a little bit. Everyone kind of comes together.
Right, and they got treated to that incredible come from behind win that they hadn't had this year at all, and that's why you saw what you saw. I think that energy level at Fenway that is now back. It's not the tourist people there. It's actually Red Sox fans at the game.
Real quick, did you take your tarp off?
Did we take the
Did you take your shirt off?
Oh, the shirt. No, the shirt off. No, I didn't. If I was with the boys, maybe, but the wife didn't want to do me doing that. There's no way. There was no way.
If they buy at the trade deadline, tarps are coming off.
Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it for sure. I'm in on that for sure. I might even get the wife involved in that one too. So that could be. The people rather see that. So
yeah, there you go.
Good stuff, Pecker. Hey man, keep it going. Let's see if they can tie it tonight. We'll be in touch via text for sure.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you guys.
All right, Dave Peck with all his thoughts. We'll be back with takeaways. All right, coming up on the drive, we got Jim and Mark. They're going to have Nick Coit, Chad Finn, and a little Tuesday trivia. All right, takeaways, gentlemen.
Takeaways, look, Red Sox are a lot of fun to watch. Enjoying the run while it's going, but also knowing that the decision that the front office makes at the deadline could alter the magic. It could also keep the magic going. So I'm just going to enjoy these next few weeks and see what happens.
Awesome. Marcus?
15 in a row tonight. Be there, be square, 7-10.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you.
We're going to take Contreras, hit runs, RBIs.
Yeah, I just drew an arrow from their square yesterday to our square today.
Yeah, over 1.5. I like that. And
I laughed.
Yeah, just enjoy this, man. If you're not enjoying this, you just don't like fun. Like this is a blast. I can't wait to get home tonight, sit in front of the TV, and watch this thing like it's a playoff game. I'm all in. Go Sox. Awesome. All right. This is going to do it for us on Tuesday. Hopefully tomorrow our phone lines are working because we miss talking to you people. We'll get that worked out so we can hear what you guys' thoughts are. Go Sox. Have a great Tuesday. Morning Roast, 92.9 The Ticket, Maine Sports Leader.